Hi, it's Desiree Alexander again, and in this video I'm going to show you how to manipulate your desktop on your new Chromebook. So first of all, let me show you how you can change your desktop wallpaper. Wallpaper is what this big picture in the back is called. So if you right click anywhere on your wallpaper or on your desktop, we're going to go to Set Wallpaper. Remember, if you have a wireless mouse, you just use it as normal to right click. If you are not using a mouse, you need to take your index finger and your middle finger, put them together, and then tap on your mouse pad. That's how you actually right click. Now I'm going to go to Set Wallpaper. It gives me a variety of different really colorful pictures to choose from. I can also say surprise me, and it'll surprise you with a different picture that it may want to give you. If you notice, it changed mine in the background. I can also go to landscape or urban or any of the other tabs up here to actually see the different categories of pictures. Last but not least, I can come here to custom. Custom will show me the last one that I actually chose for myself, and then you'll give me a little plus sign. If I click on the plus sign, I can go to choose file and choose any picture that I have in my Google Drive folder. So I'm actually going to choose Baby Groot. I'm going to just double click him, and now I have Baby Groot as my picture. I can also, when I'm there, let's bring this up again so I can show you the second way. You can click one time and then click open. Same difference. Notice now it has two of my little Baby Groots on here. For the position, you can use Center Cropped. That puts it in the center and kind of crops off some of the picture. You can do Center, that centers the picture, or you can do stretch, which stretches the picture, or depending on the specifications of your picture, it may show the whole thing. So I actually like stretch for this picture, so I'm going to click the little X. And then notice that it shows me all of the more recent ones that I have used. If this gets a little crowded, I can actually come here and right click and delete any of the ones that I don't want to use anymore. Now I'm going to click the little X and I have my desktop picture that I want. Isn't he cute? Next, I'm going to look at the app launcher. It's the black bubble with the white bubble inside of it. I'm going to click on my app launcher and it shows me all of the apps that I have that is, you can almost think of them as bookmarks. I can click on these and quickly go to these different websites or pull up these websites. I can also search for my different apps that I have here, or I can just do a regular Google search. These will show you the ones that you more recently went to or added. Now I'm going to go to all apps so I can see all of the ones I have. Notice I know that I have 2 pages of apps because of these 2 bars that are underneath. The blue shows me that that's the page that I'm on. If I click the other one, now I'm on page 2. Okay. Now I will show you how to get apps in here or get links to websites in here. But right now, let me show you how to actually delete them. A lot of these come with your Chromebook. So you can actually delete the ones that you don't want, or if you add some and you no longer want them, you can delete them. All you have to do is go to the one that you no longer want, right click on it, and say remove from Chrome. When you click that, it's going to verify or confirm with you. Click remove and now it is no longer there. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you is you can actually move these around so you can organize them in the way that you want them organized. So for example, if I want Google Classroom to be a little bit higher on my list, I can click it and just drag it. So now it's right there. So you can move these around however you want to move them. If you want to move one to the second page, you can, or the third page, or however many pages you have, you can do that as well. You can drag it and kind of just hover over the page you want it to go on, and then you can put it on there. Now, if you notice, the other one went away. The reason why it does that is because it's going to make sure that this page is actually full. So it took Playbooks and moved it over to page 1 because page 2 only has one icon. Okay, so that's how you can move them around. Another thing you can do is you can actually create folders. So if I wanted slides and sheets to be together, because they're the Google apps, I can go ahead and click on one of them and move it on top of the other one. Notice that little white bubble that comes into play? I can drop it, and now I have a folder. Notice my page 2 went away because now all of my apps are on one page. When I click it, all of it comes up. You notice it says unnamed folder. So I can actually name the folder right here. If I knew how to spell, I can name the folder right here. So when I'm searching, I can actually search for sample folder. So I have my folder. I'm going to click the little arrow to come back. Notice my folder now says sample. Now, if I don't want these in a folder anymore, I can just click on one of them and pull it back out. Now, notice when I pull it back out, I have to just wait a second for this to come back, and now I can just undo it. Since there were only 2 things in the folder, you can't have a folder with just one thing. So now that I moved this out, now everything came out of that folder. If I had, let's say, 5 things in a folder and I moved one out, that's not a big deal. Still have 4 in the folder and it'll still rock and roll. Also notice when I took that out, ta-da, I have 2 pages again because only so much can fit on that first page. So that's how you can manipulate your app launcher. Whenever you want to open up one of these, you simply click on it. So I clicked on the web store to open up the web store, and now it is open for me. Now, let's say I wanted to add the EdTech Team website to my app launcher. I pull up the website as I've just done, and I would go to my hot dogs, my settings, and I'm going to go to more tools. When I get under more tools, I'm going to say add to shelf. Now we haven't gotten to the shelf yet, but we're about to. So I add to shelf. It says, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Now open as a window is another option that I'm actually going to go through in the Chrome OS video. So I'm going to say add. So notice it added it to my shelf right here. Again, we haven't gotten to shelf yet, but it also adds to my app launcher. And it's also right here in my app launcher. So if I open this up, it's going to open up this website. Now, that's how you add to it. Now let's look at my shelf. My shelf, I have all my apps here. I can do all my little, you can almost think of these as favorites, as bookmarks as well. But now I actually have a shelf. So on this shelf, notice you do have limited space on your shelf. So you don't want to have, try to put 15 things on here because that can all go in your app launcher. But the things that I use most often, the things that I need to get to the very second my Chromebook comes up, I'm going to put those on my shelf. So notice that I have a couple of things already on my shelf. You notice I just added EdTech Team. If I didn't want something on my shelf, I can just come here and right click on it and say unpin because I don't want it pinned to my shelf anymore. So if I unpin it, notice that it is still in my app launcher. So if I want to delete it from here, I can do exactly what I told you to do is to, when you go to your all apps, you come here and you say remove from Chrome. Notice I can also pin it to my shelf from here. So remove from Chrome, pin to shelf. If you want to see all of them, you can come here and do the same things. Pin to shelf, remove from Chrome. So getting back to the shelf. So that's how you can take things off your shelf, and I already showed you how to put things on your shelf. Remember, you go to the website you want. You come to your hot dogs, more tools, add to shelf. Okay, so that's how you can use your shelf. You can also take them and move them around however you want them to look, but that's how you delete them, that's how you add them, and that's how you use your shelf. If you see the little bubble that's under Google Chrome right here, that's just telling me that I have that open. So if I had one of these other ones open, notice it says that I have that open. Another thing I can do with my shelf is if I right click anywhere on my wallpaper, it has shelf position. My position right now is at the bottom, but I can also put the position on the left if I really like it here, or I can put the position on the right if I really like it here. The only position you cannot have is on the top. So I'm going to actually go ahead and put mine back on the bottom. That's just where I'm used to mine. And it also depends on your wallpaper picture. If you notice when I put mine on the left, it had a lot of interference from this part of the picture. So look at that as well when you're changing your wallpaper picture. So then another thing I can do is auto hide shelf. So if I go back to the internet, if I go back to my Google Chrome and I go back to my EdTech team, notice that the toolbar stays here, right? The shelf stays here. If I right click on it and click Auto Hide Shelf, what it's going to do is the shelf is going to go away, but anytime I put my mouse or my cursor at the bottom, it's going to come back. So notice if I auto hide, it's going to go away until I need it. Now, if I'm not on the internet, it's going to just kind of hang out here. But if I'm on the internet, it's going to auto hide. So it's really up to you if you want it to auto hide or not. Notice if when you're on your wallpaper, if it's not auto hidden, then it doesn't have that little transparency. If you're on the internet and it's not auto hidden, it's a black bar. If I auto hide it, it's now transparent. Okay, so just some things to think about on how do you want your settings for your app launcher and your shelf. Over here, last but not least, you have your notifications and you have your settings. So for your notifications, if you have any notifications from any of your apps, any of your extensions, it will show up right here. You can also say, you know what, do not disturb me. I don't want any notifications. You can also come to your gear and tell it what notifications you actually want. So if I don't want Share to Classroom to give me any notifications, I can just uncheck it. Now, this little toolbar down here that gives you the time and your Wi-Fi and your battery life and what account you have open, anywhere you click on here will lead to the exact same box. It really doesn't matter where you click. Okay? And what this box tells you is what account you have signed in. We're going to talk about the difference between signing into Chrome and signing into Drive when we get to the Chrome OS video. But this is what Chrome account you are signed into. You can sign out right here and let someone else sign into the Chromebook. You have what Wi-Fi you're connected to. If you don't want to connect to Wi-Fi, you can turn it off right there. You can add or join other Wi-Fi signals at that right there. You can also do Bluetooth, either disabled or enabled. If you just click the little arrow, you can come here and turn on your Bluetooth. So that way you can pick up on any Bluetooth speakers or any maybe a Bluetooth mouse, or if you have a Bluetooth printer, whatever you have. You also have, anytime you have a gear, you have your settings. So I have no devices set up on Bluetooth. I'm actually going to turn it off because I don't have anything I want to use for Bluetooth right now. You will not see this. I'm actually using Screencastify to film this video right now. So it's telling me that I can stop it right here. This is the volume for your Chromebook. If you have any updates, you may see something like this that says restart to update. So if I click that, it's going to restart my Chromebook and install the updates. You have your battery usage. My battery is full at this time. It has the date, and you have your little buttons right here. Anytime you see the gear, those are your settings. We're not going to get to settings right now. I'm actually going to get to them in a later video all about your Chrome OS. You have your little help button, your little question mark. When you click that, you can get to all types of wonderful help topics. Some of the stuff I'm showing you right now. Then you have your lock screen. You can lock your Chromebook. So when you lock your Chromebook, you can click the lock button, and this is what you'll see. So notice you have shut down and sign out right here, just in case you need to come back and hurry up and do that. Or notice it says that my account is currently signed in. Anytime I hover over it, I have this little option up here to show me a little bit more about who is signed in. And then I have to put my password in. So if I put my password in, I can now log back in. So it's just a security feature. And last but not least is to shut down the entire Chromebook. So you can come here and shut it down for any reason that you may have. So these are your desktop functions on your brand new Chromebook. Have fun setting it up to your specifications.